Commandos, episode 5, The Iron Plot. Or the Iron Pot. I forget which one. And it's your boy Icon with a DC animated television review for you. And Merry Christmas to one and all. I hope you had a safe and healthy holiday with good food and you're relaxing or enjoying or whatever it is that you do today. Like I said, it's your boy Icon with another review. And before we get started, hit that notification bell, like it or subscribe, and let's talk about little creature Commandos. Because the team is shrinking. The team is shrinking. And I noticed, like, at the end of every episode, when they show you the coming attractions for the next episode, they always end it with showing the team, like, walking off of a helicopter or walking down the street. And I just realized that group is getting smaller and smaller by the minute. But in this particular episode, as far as the backstory is concerned, this was the Frankenstein episode, which, like I said, I didn't care about his backstory before, and I care even less about it now. So let's just get that out the way real quick. So after he got into the fight with the bride back in the day, after he killed after he killed the actual Frankenstein, the professor, a gypsy woman found him in the woods. Because remember, he was burned because he was in the house burned down. She brought him, she took him in the house, and she nursed him back to health. The two of them got to know each other. The woman was basically blind. And I was confused because I thought, like, in the very first episode, when that old woman called him when she was on the boat, and then she was like, oh, your bride has returned, I thought that was the woman that saved him from the river. So I got to go back and see what that other woman was, because they said the woman was blind. And then the first thing I thought was, like, wait, if she's blind, how the hell did she know the bride was back and whether or not to call him? But then when we find out what happened at the end, I'm like, oh, that must have been a different lady. Like I said, she basically nursed him back to health. You know, the two of them talked, they communicated, and then after he got back to health, like, I don't know the exact amount of time that he was there, but when it got to a point where his strength returned, his burns healed and everything, he was ready to leave because he wanted to find the bride. The gypsy woman started crying because, I guess, like, she fell for him, while he was, like, the whole time while he was there, and she wanted him to stay. And then she kept trying to tell him that, listen, the bride doesn't love you, she doesn't have any feelings for you, she doesn't want to be with you. She was like, why don't you stay here instead? And then he was like, no, because, like, the best woman for you is the one that makes you chase her. And I'm like, well, that's cap. And then he ended up bashing her over the head, which I thought was weird. I don't know why he killed her. And then after he bashed her over the head, he took her dog, and then he left to go find the bride. So that was basically it. So as far as, like, stuff that actually matters, the creature Commandos are on their way to kill the princess. Rick Flag and Frankenstein, they calling him Frank now. Rick Flag and Frank, they ended up investigating the doctor who came to Argus and spoke to Amanda Waller and told Amanda Waller that, yes, Themyscira is a real place, and, you can trust Cersei's visions because Cersei's visions are real. Flag went to go investigate that one. I think his name was, like, Dr. Alley something. And when they spied on her, they saw, because she teaches at the university. When they went to the university to go talk to her, she was basically being, like, very unprofessional at the job. Like, she was flirting with girls. She was talking about how cool lesbianism is at Themyscira, and everybody thought that was weird. So Flag then decided to go down to her house to scope out her house. And when they went in her house, they found out that she was dead. Now, the entire internet, for the longest, ever since the show started, was saying, like, oh, the princess is Clayface. The princess is secretly, like, Clayface. And I swear to God, for the sake of Rick Flag, I hope that wasn't the case. And come to find out, like, that wasn't the case, because Clayface is not the princess. Clayface is, in fact, the doctor, Dr. Alley. And, like, she's pretending, well, they killed Alley, and Clayface was pretending to be Alley. So I guess Clayface went down to Argus and lied to Amanda Waller about Themyscira so she can get Waller, like, revved up to go, to go kill the princess. So there's bigger forces at work here. So it's just hard to figure out, like, who these bigger forces are. Probably Grodd. Like, it has to be Grodd, because, like I said, Grodd was in the damn vision, like, along with the princess. So Flag calls the princess and he's like, yo, the Commandos are coming to get you. You got to get about this bitch. So when the Commandos end up landing in the, like, in the country, the guards picked them up, put them in the car, and started driving towards the castle. Then when the main guard, the one who makes all the weird jokes with the red mustache, when he got word, like, the princess called him and was like, yo, the Commandos are actually trying to kill me. Rick Flag just said that. He detoured them and put them to a secluded place where they could try to kill him. So then, like, the soldiers come out, they start trying to kill the Commandos. The Commandos fight back. Well, let me rephrase that. The radiation guy and the bride fought back. I don't know what the weasel did. the weasel just ran around the city, but Nina dipped, Nina hid, Nina, like, cowered in fear in a corner. They proceeded to plow the road and destroy the entire royal army, but now they're on the run because the four of them split up, and more forces are coming and more forces are coming. And then, you know, like one of the captains, like they spoke to the princess, and then she was just like, oh, we must defend ourselves. She's like, I need you to kill the creature commandos. So now her forces are actually trying to hunt down the creature commandos. Rick Flag and Frank ended up getting into a fight with Clayface because like they tried to leave the house and Clayface busted them. And then during the fight, Rick Flag got severely beat up. And while he got severely beat up, he was coughing up blood and everything. And I don't think he's dead, but Frankenstein didn't do a very good job of trying to get him to the hospital because even then he was like, Flag, before you die, you need to tell me what has the bride said about me and like, does she love me? And he was just like, dude, like warn the princess. And then Flag dropped. So I don't know if we losing Rick Flag now. I don't know if Flag gone or not, but it'll be interesting to see because we already lost one Flag. I'm like, I don't see us losing two. So I said he's probably just like severely like medically injured. He'll probably end up in a hospital somewhere, and then the wall will probably get her hooks back into him. So now Frank, I don't know. I guess Frank's gonna be on his way back, to the country where the creatures are to go be with the bride. They said they're on the run now. Like they're on the run now. So Rick Flag is presumably either dead or severely injured. Frank is on his way to the country. He's on his way to the country to go be with the bride, and the creature commandos are scattered all over the city, all over the town, because they're running from the princess's troops, who's trying to kill him. That's how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So I saw not a lot happened. Like this was, aside from the Clayface reveal, like nothing really happened in this particular episode. I saw in the coming attractions that the next episode is going to be about the radiation guy. We're going to get his entire backstory. So I'm just, we really not doing this Nina shit. Like we're dragging the Nina thing all the way out to the end, which is the one character whose backstory I want to know. And because they've dragged out the Nina thing for so long, I swear to God, we're going to get like the Amanda Waller backstory before they give us the Nina backstory, which is the backstory I'm waiting for. But share your questions, comments, and concerns down below, and let's continue to talk about it. What did you think about this particular episode of Creature Commandos? What did you think about the reveal of Clayface and how it ties into the overall plot? Share your questions, and we will continue to discuss. So, check out my other reviews, because right now, we've got Marvel's What If on the channel. We've got Harley Quinn coming. I know we got Peacemaker coming. So, we got a lot of things up in the pipeline. I believe Daredevil comes back in January as well. So, plenty of stuff to review as you check out Red Eyes Entertainment for all y'all superhero, action, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and everything in between. Goodness. So until next time, for some more Creature Commandos, take care and look out for the plot because it's about to get thick and we're at this bitch.